Asian equities rose in a quiet Labor Day session while several major markets were closed. Asian shares gain frames the pressure because the move looks constructive, but thin holiday liquidity makes conviction harder to judge. The supplied evidence says Hong Kong, Singapore, and South Korea were closed, while Nikkei futures rose 0.3% and Australian shares edged up 0.2%. The useful part is the test in front of the story, not a broad market slogan. The first real confirmation comes when closed markets reopen with normal volume. That gives the opening a measurable checkpoint and keeps the story tied to named levels, named participants, named rules, or named product steps. The confirmed baseline is limited participation. The rally was supported by positive global cues, stable bond yields, stable commodities, and improved data from China and Japan. China's manufacturing PMI was described as expanding, and Japan's industrial production improved. This baseline matters because it gives viewers the part that can be checked before any larger conclusion is drawn. It also limits the story to the facts already visible. The holiday session cannot prove full regional demand by itself. The viewer can separate the setup from speculation. One side is the factual baseline, and the other is the result that still needs confirmation. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The mechanism is positive global cues passing through a low-volume regional session. In plain English, when fewer markets trade, futures and open exchanges can set the tone without proving broad participation. For Asian shares gain, that mechanism matters because the holiday rally is a signal, but reopened cash markets must confirm it. The stress point is specific, whether volume rises and buyers stay active after the holiday. This is the part that makes the headline useful, because it explains why one level, deadline, filing, reserve figure, integration, or data point can change behavior. The direct impact lands on regional equity investors, futures traders, and global macro funds. Technology and energy-linked names can benefit from AI demand and stable commodities, while defensive sectors may lag. Currency stability and lower yields also help equities by reducing macro friction. The practical consequence is the rally is useful as a mood check, not a final trend call. That is the viewer value here, understanding who faces the change and why the change is not the same for every participant. The effect is not evenly distributed, so the segment focuses on the group with the clearest supported exposure. The unresolved part is whether the quiet session becomes a broader Asia rally. Holiday gains do not prove institutions are adding risk across the region. That gap matters because major closed exchanges can change the tone once liquidity returns. The cleaner proof would be broad gains on reopened markets with higher volume. Until that appears, the story should be read as a defined setup with a real open question. That does not make the story smaller. It makes it cleaner because the unresolved detail is exactly where risk can be misread. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The concrete signal to follow is reopened market volume, China data, Japan data, and US jobs numbers. Those signals show whether the calm move has real follow-through. Asian shares gain becomes easier to read if buyers return across closed markets and data stays supportive. It weakens if volume returns with selling or global yields move higher. The final readout is simple. The holiday rally needs normal volume confirmation. A strong next signal should be observable, not emotional. A filing, close, data release, official term, usage number, or liquidity change.